All right, so today, we've already learned how to add and subtract polynomials and multiply polynomials. And I'm not sure if you were wondering why we didn't have division of polynomials in yesterday's lesson. It is because dividing polynomials has a special method, okay, and it's called synthetic division. All right, so you have to use synthetic division in order to divide polynomials, okay? So we're going to do synthetic division. Here is your steps. Here is like a, let's see, right here is a little guided image, okay? It says I want to take this polynomial and divide it by this polynomial. And this is how we use synthetic division. If you notice, it went from -5 to +5, okay? So step 1 says write the known 0 in the house. Well, this is what I know. You have to change its sign, okay? So I didn't write -5, I wrote +5. After you do that, you need to list out the coefficients of what you're dividing. So if there's not a number there, you write 1. So see how I put 1, then -2, then -8, then -35. So those are my coefficients listed out. Then you start the process. So you set up your synthetic division, and now we're going to start the process. Okay, so the first thing you do is you bring down the first coefficient. That is the most missed step, okay? You bring it down. You do nothing to it, nothing to that first column. That first column is what it is, all right? After you bring that first coefficient down, you're going to multiply the first coefficient. So I'm going to multiply this dude by this dude. So see how it says 1 times 5, and I get 5. Then I'm going to add -2 and 5, which gives me 3. And then I'm going to start the process over again. 5 times 3, 15. -8 plus 15, 7. Multiply 5 times 7, 35. Add them, 0. And this is what we call the remainder, okay? That last number is your remainder, okay? So it tells you how much is left over. And we're going to talk about how to write that, okay? And then you would just, so if you start with a cube, it's always 1 less than what you start with. I started with a cube, so my answer is going to be a squared. So it's going to be 1x squared plus 3x plus 7, and there's no remainder, so we don't have to write it, okay? So let's do one with some guided help, okay? So I have right here the, undo. Let's erase. There we go. All right, so if you look, let's just get the pen. Here's our question right here, okay? I couldn't figure out how to write it very well, okay? So step 1 states that we need to put our known divisor over here. Now, this is x plus 7, so it's going to be -7 over here. Let's make this a little bit thicker so we can see it. Okay, there we go. So we're going to put -7 right here, okay? Next, we get the coefficients, all right? And you got to make sure you're not skipping an exponent, which we're going to do those in a minute. Okay, so we just do a self-check, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, okay? So bring down the coefficient. That's a 1, that's an 8, that's a 5, -18, and then -28. You bring the sign and everything, okay? Step 1, bring the first term down, and I'm just going to bring it down. It's going to be 1. Then we multiply. -7 times 1 is -7. Add 8 plus -7 is 1 again. -7 times 1, -7. Add, this is going to be -2. -7 times -2 is +14. Add, -18 plus 14, -4. -7 times -4 is +28, so I have a remainder of 0. And then I'm going to write this out, and to write it out, we started with x to the 4th. See how we started with x to the 4th? So that means our answer is going to be x cubed. So this is going to be 1x cubed plus 1x squared minus 2x minus 4, and then your remainder is nothing, so you don't have to write it. You only have to write a remainder if it's not 0. Okay? All right. So that's how you do a guided way. Okay? So now let's go back and let's do some more examples. Okay? All right. let's see here. Where's it at? Here it is. Okay. So we actually might go back to that and do it again using that. Okay. So this, well, let's just do it over here. All right. So first thing, you take what you're dividing by and put it in the house. Change the sign. So 1 goes in the house. See if your coefficients are good. Your exponents. It goes 3, 2, 1, 0. We didn't skip anything. Okay. Now bring your coefficients down. I'm going to bring the 1 down. I'm going to bring the 3 down, the -1, and the -3. Draw your line. Now we start the process. Drop the first number down and get 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. 1 times 4 is 4. -1 plus 4 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. And it also gives me a remainder of 0. I started with a cube, so my answer is going to be a squared. So it's going to be 1x squared plus 4x plus 3. And that's your answer. Okay? All right. Let's do one. I think this one has a remainder. So we're going to do the U try over here. Okay? So you write this opposite in the house, -4. Count your exponents. 3, 2, 1, 0. You're good. Get your coefficients. 1, -7, -7, and 20. And then we're going to start our process. Drop the 1 down. -4 times 1 is -4. -7 plus -4 is -11. -4 times -11 is 44. And then we're going to say -7 plus 44. That's 37. 37 times -4 is -148. Add the 20. And my remainder is -128. I always box my remainder in, so I don't try to include it into my equation yet, okay? So I started with a cubed. I'm going to end with an x squared. So this is going to be 1x squared minus 11x plus 37. Now, my remainder is negative, so I put a subtraction. You always put your remainder over your divisor, and that is what you divided by. So my remainder would be 128 over x plus 4. And that would be your answer. Okay? All right. Now let's do one where you skip what I'm talking about when you skip things. Okay? So, example 2. You have to do opposite of x plus 3. So -3 goes in the house. Okay? Now look here. It counts down from 3 to 0. I'm missing the x squared and the x. So we have to put placeholders. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite. Let me move this down some. I'm going to rewrite this equation with the placeholders. It is missing these. So really this is written as x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x plus 27. All right, so now that we've written with our placeholders, we can pull our coefficients down. So this has a coefficient of 1, then 0, then 0, then 27. Set it up. Drop the first number down. Multiply. -3 times 1 is -3. Add. -3 times -3 is 9. Add. -3 times 9 is -27. Add it, and that's your remainder. So it's a remainder of 0, so I don't have to write it. So we started with a cube. We're going to end with a squared. So this is going to be 1x squared minus 3x plus 9. And that will be your answer. Okay? All right. Last one we're going to do on the video. Okay? And if you need more examples, feel free to email me. Okay? So this is what goes in the house. It goes opposite. So I'm going to put a +2 in the house. Okay? Now, this one, it goes 4, 2, 0. Well, I'm missing the cubed. So I'm missing x cubed. So it goes 4, 2, and I'm then to 0. So I'm missing the 1 also, and I'm missing the 1. So we're going to rewrite it with our placeholders. X to the 4th plus 0x cubed plus 2x squared plus 0x minus 20. Bring your coefficients down. 1, 0, 2, 0, negative 20. And let's set it up, all right? Drop the first number down, multiply, add. 2 times 2 is 4, add. 2 times 6 is 12, add. 2 times 12 is 24, add, and we have a remainder of 4, okay? Now, I started with the fourth, so I'm going to end with the cube. So I'm going to say x cubed plus 2x squared plus 6x plus 12. My remainder is positive, so I'm going to say plus my remainder on top of what I divided by. And that is your answer. All right, guys? So if you need any more help, let me know, and I can make another video with some more examples. Okay, guys?